All right, guys, time to do something a little different. I've never purchased these before. These are solid cologne packs. So basically what this is this is a micro crystalline wax, which is like beeswax, a few other things in their coconut. And what they do is they put the scented oil into the wax, which then makes it a rub-on cologne. So this is going to be something that will tend to last a very long time because the oil does take quite a while to get gone. And also, but at the cost of maybe projection not being quite so amazing. Part of the reason why projection of things like your spray-on colognes is so high is because the alcohol content allows that to take place. It allows the actual projection to take place because the alcohol evaporates, and when it evaporates, it takes and aerosolizes some of that fragrance oil. That's why you get like beast mode fragrances. So let's take a quick look at these. First up, we got cedar and pine. You'll also notice that these don't tend to be super complex fragrances. They're going to be just a few notes, nothing too crazy. These are kind of we call them one or two dimensional linear fragrances. You smell it all at once, and that's the smell you get the entire time. Sandalwood. We've got also the vetiver, like they're only single title. Now there's other notes in these probably put some citrus oils in there that kind of fade away, but they're mostly just single notes. So in clary sage. Now how they look like this. They look like a little bar. And what you do with them is you are going to put them on pulse points. And it's like a very smooth, again, it's just wax with it's just oil-based wax with a whole bunch of fragrance oil in there. And like, oh, clary sage, it smells very, very nice. Again, it doesn't come off as just being clary sage. I think there's also some citrusy kind of notes in there. I got a little sticker from Viking Revolution. They do a lot of things like beard oil and beard care kind of stuff, which is cool, awesome, very neat. Not a whole lot about the fragrances in here other than just what's kind of listed. You get some ingredients, directions. Just swirl your fingertips and put them on your pulse points. I'll test each one to kind of get an idea as best I can. Yeah, that's just a classic sage kind of thing going on. And it really is just clary sage. There's not really much else there. I'll say it's a sweeter kind of clary sage. You're not going to get, again, this is not going to go beast mode. This is more of almost like a hygiene and just making sure that you smell nice during the day. They're not super strong. They just do the job. They kind of feel, they're not going to like fill the room, go beast mode. It's more like, hey, I'm going to smell nice. And I will say this, as you get out into the heat more, they're going to project more just as time goes on, which means these probably have good longevity for what they are. They just aren't going to project super long. So really, you're probably going to get a little projection, especially if like you work out or something and kind of get the heat moving with the oils, and that's going to project some more. And then we got this one. This is cedar pine. So this is basically going to be your, oh, I shouldn't use the same fingers. I'll try using 2 different fingers on each one and see if I can notice a real difference. Yeah, that's cedar and pine, but it's very sweet. Overall, it's a much more sweet kind of pine, so I'm thinking that there's some sweet citruses mixed in there with this, but nothing too crazy. And finally, or not finally, I got one more after this, don't I? We got sandalwood, so this is going to be just a pure sandalwood kind of fragrance. Again, maybe with some citruses added. So really rub, like it doesn't, not much comes off. Like you got to kind of really rub it in there. Let's see what this is all about. Yep, that's sandalwood. It's like just a perfect, crisp, clean sandalwood. So if you like sandalwood, there you go. And based on how much is being used when I do this will last you a while. These aren't going to go away quickly, in my opinion. But yeah, it smells real nice. No real flaw to any of these. None of these smell like, these are just classically masculine fragrances. Again, linear, not too complex, but you know, it does the job. And this is kind of like, would be great for travel, because I don't quote me on this, but like if you're going on an airplane or something, I think solid stuff, this would almost count like deodorant. Oh, that's nice too. I'd say probably the vetiver is the weakest of the 4. The sandalwood is probably the strongest in my opinion. Maybe the clary sage is stronger. Just a quick ranking of them, I'll go ahead and tell you. Number 1, I'll go number 1, clary sage. I think that does the best. Then you get sandalwood, and that's just a personal bias. I like sandalwood a lot. Number 2, cedar at number 3. And then my least favorite is probably the vetiver, and that's more because it's just not quite as strong as the rest of my opinion. But yeah, that's solid. I mean, if you just need something to smell nice quick, maybe just you're not in a position where you can carry around a liquid with you, like this could very easily go into like a travel bag, and you can have something that's going to be hygienic, like, and put out a good bit of smell. The only flaw is they're fairly linear, but that's not a huge flaw. That's just, hey, that's the nature of the beast. It's going to make yourself smell very nice for not a whole lot of money and very little inconvenience. But yeah, that's I think they have 2 different sets of their variety pack. I went with this one. There's another one that has some other different fragrances in there. But yeah, they're all very nice. I think this was like $15. I guess not. And I think you can get cheaper options out there as far as like get deals online. I think I might have overpaid. But yeah, great item. Viking Revolution, men's care, like this whole line. I don't have a beard, so I can't use a lot of their stuff because it's beard kind of centric. But as far as fragrances go, these all smell very, very nice, and they're a great option for someone who's traveling or someone who just doesn't want to sit there and spray or get it on their clothes. They just kind of want to have something a little simpler. They don't want a whole bunch of like 1,000 notes. They just want to like kind of, I want to smell like cedar. I want to smell like sandalwood. I want to, and be done with it and have it stick around a lot longer than like maybe like a standard cologne. So yeah, that's a cool option if you're looking for something like that and it has those advantages and you don't mind the slight disadvantages or alterations from traditional spray-on colognes. Hey, there you go. But yeah, there it is from Viking Revolution. Thanks for watching, guys.